What's up? So today we're gonna rank every single chapter 5 weapon.
Okay.
Let's go.
Go.
So number 1 we have the Enforcer AR. Now basically it's a downgrade DMR, which we already have on this list.
C.
So I'll put it in F, because it's actually garbage. Next up, the Striker AR. Basically a SCAR. Looks super similar. And
Let me go.
I'll give like an A. It's pretty good. Next up, the Nemesis. Now, this one I'll argue is better, but I would still say it's
Here.
A tier. Next up, we got the Hammer Pump, and I am
C
not.
tier.
And I'm not a big fan of this weapon. It doesn't do enough damage, so I'm gonna put it in F tier. Next up, the Frenzy Auto. Now
S tier.
this is super good. I'll put it in S tier. Next up, we have the Reaper Sniper Rifle.
F tier.
This thing got nerfed to the ground, but it's a sniper, so it can't go anywhere under A. So A. Next up, the Hyper SMG. Now I usually don't pick this up. It's like not going kind of mid, so I'll put in like a C tier.
Yeah.
It's not good, but it's also okay. Next up, we have the Thunderburst.
D.
Now I would put this in A or S.
No,
This
weapon. Hey,
this
fuck.
this is a good weapon. Trust me.
Hey, garbage.
You know how good this is. If you have anything above a common rarity weapon, two hits of it and it'll break a wood wall. It's pretty good in Battle Royale.
Okay.
Yeah, if Chapter 5 Season 3 never happened. Okay, next up, the Ranger Pistol. Arguably one of the best pistols of all time, but it's a pistol, so it can't go anything above B tier.
D.
It's not that bad. I used it before. Not gonna lie, pretty good. Next up, we got this weapon. The snow launcher. This weapon, the lock-on pistol. The lock-on pistol, D tier. It's not good. Next up, Ballistic Shield. I'll say S. I got my first Victory Royale in like 2 years from it. It's pretty good. Also, an S tier weapon is the Grapple Blade. It goes very fast and does decent damage.
Yeah, look at that.
Next up, Shield MP.
F.
Now, this would be D or F, but cars exist now, so it goes in A. Again, if Chapter 5 Season 3 never happened, this will be like pretty low. Next up, Cluster Clinger. Now this is a pretty fun weapon to use. Sometimes in random games, I just throw it at people because it's pretty funny, so I just put in A. And also pretty funny to use, and also does good damage. Next up, the camo. So Dad, I'm pretty sure you use airsoft weapon here. So like the shield, basically this makes you invisible, but not completely invisible because it still has like an overlay. But it's not pure camo, so it's A tier. Next up, TM and T Mythics. These are all the exact same thing. So snow launcher. I'll put in D tier. Not good. Now this one I'll also put in S tier. Has a pretty good mythic. Mythic could be better if it had the bigger barrel. But once you have the bigger barrel, it's super good. Next up, we have the Warforged. Now this weapon got nerfed pretty badly. It went from an S tier to like a B tier. Next up, the DMR.
C.
Yep, C is. I agree with C. It's not good. The Harbinger. Now, Not gonna lie, this is pretty good. Those are organized SMG, so I'll put an A. Next up, there's weapon.
C.
Is it really a C?
It's not terrible.
Are you sure about that?
I mean, it's not good.
It's pretty bad, if you ask me. Okay, next up, the Chains of Hades. Now, this is a pretty good weapon. I would say S tier, definitely my favorite. Because you can just straight up like do some pretty cool moves, like the melee, which does 65 damage for some reason, and I'm pretty sure 55, yes, I'm right. Next up, the Tactical AR. What did they do to this weapon? This weapon used to be good, but now it's an F tier. I'm pretty sure Epic nerfed this weapon to the ground. Next up, the Wings of Icarus. Now, I'm also gonna put some D tier because you can sure get shot a lot of times. Just same with these two weapons are good, but like the second someone sees you, they can just get out and this weapon and just shoot you, doing a lot of damage. Next up, every single one of these except firebending is an S tier. Waterbending, one of the best weapons in the entire game. Don't know why it was made. Could use a nerf, but that's beside the point. And also airbending, the best mobility item in the game. There's no way it's not. When I played in Chapter 5 Season 2, I used this mobility item. It was so good. Next up, got earthbending, and I also put an S tier because you can straight up make a wall in zero build, which is a pretty good ability. And also can break walls. Next up, firebending, and I'm gonna put this in B. It is not good as the other ones. It's like people I don't know how people use this. And we're gonna put this in B tier. Next up, we have the hand cannon. Now the hand cannon, I'll put this in B.
C.
Actually, I'll put this in A because it has a mythic now, which is pretty good. If left click existed. Okay, there it is. Next up, we have the drum gun. Now, I don't know what to say about this. I guess B, C. I didn't really use this weapon enough. I prefer the Thunderburst in Warforged. So put this C. Next up, we have the Anvil rocket launcher.
That would be good if you use against cars.
Now, usually this should go in A, but if for some reason go vaulted when cards existed, or also in Myths and Mortals. But one thing the downside I have about it is it is too common. In one of those blue chests, half of those are this weapon. Why? It makes no sense. I'll put this in B tier because it didn't exist when cards existed. Not gonna lie, probably should exist now. Next up, we have the Bowcaster, E11. This one, I'll put this in F tier, the worst mythic in the game. I cannot aim with it. It gives Stormtroopers horrible aim. It gives me Stormtrooper aim. I don't know how people. I don't think anyone likes the weapon. Next up, we have the Bowcaster. Now this is pretty good. I'll be honest, right? Probably an A tier weapon. It can go through. It can hit a lot, and it does it also charges. I'm pretty sure it does over 100 damage. Next up, we have the lightsaber. Don't know if this is the current lightsaber. They all look the same, to be honest, but this might be or might not be the right one. So I'm just gonna put this in S tier because it's a pretty good weapon and it can block bullets. Pretty overpowered if you ask me. Next up, the combat AR. Now this weapon, I didn't use it enough. C tier or B tier? Probably B tier. maybe an A tier, but like I don't really know. And also like ARs are not good anymore. You vaulted these two weapons, and nerf this weapon to the ground, and at least he didn't do this weapon as bad as a tactical AR. He did this weapon horribly. Like a makeshift pistol is better. A Ranger AR is better. The Big Chill is better. Like this weapon this weapon and these two weapons are pretty bad. Also, they were in the same season, and I wonder which weapon would win, because both of them are horrible. Anyways, enough stalling. Let's go to the combat AR. It's pretty good. Shotguns are overpowered this season, so I'm gonna put this in S tier again. Because it's just like a way better hammer pump. It's like what the hammer pump wants to be. Like the only good thing about this weapon, about the hammer pump, is it was pure Griffin's Medallion, the mythic weapon. Other than that, the hammer pump had nothing going for it. Next up, we have a Nitro Fist. Now this is also an S tier because it's too overpowered and also pretty good mobility item. Next up, we have please nerf it, and it probably will only be lasting for like 3 days. The Magneto Power, yes, right, Dave. This is so overpowered. This is the ballistic shield with like the Reaper damage. It's like seriously. It's like a long range Nitro Fist, which you can be used at short range and probably would still be a Nitro Fist user. And also a way better Thunderbolt of Zeus. And also you can fly. Well, not really, actually levitate. Next up, we have the Heavy Impact Sniper Rifle. That's the right name. So the Heavy Impact Sniper Rifle, just recently got added, and of course, since it's new, it's overpowered, S tier. Next up, we have the Bowcaster. Now, Boom Bolt, wrong weapon. Now, I'll put this in A because it's basically a Bowcaster, except it deals damage to cars. Also, next up we have the Regular Lightning. Now, I'll put this in A tier because there is a bad thing about it. You can just straight get followed by someone who is attacking you. Not a good mobility item if you're trying to run away from someone, because they can just run to you and you'll die. Next up, we have the Tow Hook Cannon. Now sometimes I actually use this weapon to attack people as a joke, because it's kind of hard to attack people with this weapon. But you can tow on cars, which is pretty good. So put it in A tier. Next up, we have the Flintlock. Now, I was debating about if this weapon should be in the Chapter 5 weapons, because it's not real. I don't know if it's really official yet, because like Rust has it, but I don't think you can buy it yet. So should I even consider this? I'm gonna say yes, and I'm putting this in D tier. And the Flintlock is not a good pistol. Nope, it's not D tier. It's F tier. This is not good. Anyways, that's my official rankings. Subscribe.